Oh, fuck. Hi, guys. Sorry, I couldn't find my vape. I had to go locate it. Ooh, I'm glad that you guys got notifications this morning. What up, what up? Good morning, good morning. So, got a lot to chat about today. Love all of the anti-maskers that rolled through onto my video from the doctor's office yesterday. That's been fun. My block button has gotten a workout over the past 24 hours. Thank you. This is actually a photo that I took. This is available for sale in my Etsy store. And on the back, it says Chasing Oz Photography. So if you want one of your own, they are available. And they're super comfy too. Like, that's why I ordered one, because before I told people, I'm like, hey, buy stuff on my Etsy store, I wanted to be like, it's really comfy. I hope you have a great day. Thank you. It's a little bit darker than I wanted it to be. The box was a little bit of false advertising. This led me to believe it was going to be a little bit more purple than fucking black. So I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but I mean, I really have no choice but to deal with it for now. So, anywho, if you want to check out the sweatshirts in my store, it is chasingoz.store, and it is powered through Etsy. And everything is print on demand, so whatever you order is being specifically printed for you and mailed to you. Just so you know. So I ended up, I had a lot of shit to do yesterday. It was like my chore day. I had to drive to Daytona to my son's allergist so I could pick up his lab orders for all of the blood work that they're going to be doing. I went to Aldi for the first time because I needed some stuff from the grocery store, and it was kind of right by where his doctor's office was. So I was like, everybody tells me I should go to Aldi. Let me go to Aldi. That was a surprise. And apparently I got eaten in the comments of that too, because I didn't know that you could buy a bag. I bought a bag. I ended up buying a bag. It was $2. It's one of those reusable ones. But either way, got eaten alive in the comments. Is everybody on their period lately? Because I don't know. Either that or people who don't know me are ending up on my page somehow. And they don't realize that I'll eat a bitch alive. So that's been fun. People are just, I just don't know. People are wild. Anyways, so, and then I ended up at the doctor's office yesterday afternoon for myself because, again, that is not an appointment I could do telehealth or put off, because if I didn't go yesterday, that was my 210th day. In the state of Florida, when you have Maggie! In the state of Florida, when you have a medical marijuana card, you have 210 days of a prescription. That's it. That's how they get you with the money. It's all a money scam. You get that many days, and then you have to go to your doctor, and they have to renew your prescription. Meaning, after that 210 days, you try to go to the dispensary without going to the doctor, they're going to be like, oh, you need to go see your doctor and have your prescription refilled. That's exactly what that is. So every 210 days, you have to pay $100 to go and have your medical card renewed. And then on top of it, once a year, one calendar year, you have to pay $75 to the state to keep your card current. So it literally is nothing more than a money-making scam. But somebody, for me, one, I need my medical card because I need to be legal, because I have kids and I need to protect myself because, again, I am all about keeping it copacetic. Like, I'm super mom, and there's no way in fuck that I'm going to let, I don't know, anything happen. Literally anything. So I cover my ass. If DCF sniffs around or anybody sniffs around, I got my card, thank you. And if you have a problem, I'm going to give John Morgan a call because he's for the people and he's for the weed. So, yeah, it's Florida. I mean, they want to make recreational use legal here in Florida. But again, you have a Republican-led legislature here in Florida, and you know how that goes. We're lucky that we got medical legalized, and the reason that we got medical legalized is because of John Morgan of Morgan and Morgan, who he's for the people. So if you go, he's on TikTok now, go to For the People. He is literally the best. He's the funniest motherfucker. I love him so much. So, you know, you gotta keep everything legal and copacetic, right? Either way, I'm a medical patient. I have several ailments that I suffer from that it helps me. What does the doctor do and say at an appointment? Well, we talk about my various ailments. I have my medical card for my rheumatoid arthritis as well as migraines that I get that are absolutely just debilitating some days. Oh, squirrel just jumped off the roof of the, no, Magnolia. She tried to open the door. Stop it. No, come here. The cat is freaking out. The dog is freaking out. There's a squirrel that jumped onto the roof. Anyways, so they talk to you about how you're feeling, how, if you've encountered any allergies. Are you in a mom cave? This is actually my back porch. This is my TikTok spot. I collect license plates. People send them to me from all over the country. I have a bunch I have to put up. I'm trying to get it done this weekend. Migraines. I have so many different little things to deal with them. Cold packs, ice packs, peppermint. I have actual medication that I take, but it's a nerve problem. I have a pinched nerve in my neck, which actually today is so bad I have a patch on. This right here, this is medical marijuana. So there's no psychoactive effects for it. I pop it on and I can actually turn my head today instead of being so, like, I don't know, just I wish I could get a massage. I wish I could afford a massage. That would be so nice. Me and my ex used to get massages every 2 weeks. We had a lady that came to the house. I miss those days. Do I have Colorado? No, I don't have a Colorado license plate yet. Pinched by muscle or bone? I'm not sure. They found it when they were testing for my hands. They were doing nerve testing with the little radio thing, and my neurologist was like in my arm, and he was like, "Does your neck bother you?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah." So he poked me a couple times in my neck, and that was kind of the conclusion there. So I'm not really sure. I can't go see the doctor because he doesn't take the shitty insurance I have now because I lost my job. So I lost my neurologist and most of my... I actually do have several Connecticut plates because I used to live there. I have my original... I have the original license plate from my first car, too. Up there somewhere. But thank you for offering Connecticut. Got a bunch of them. This is my Connecticut veteran plate right there. It does suck to suffer. I have Maxalt for migraines when they start. Yeah, it impacts my hands a lot. But I also have Raynaud's, which is why they were looking at my hands, because like there are points in times that my hands are like absolutely just freezing. Like I just can't feel them because they're numb. So that's fun. Maxalt is one of the only things that works when things start to get a little rough. But anyways, let's talk about some news this morning. So, New York in the house. Stop all sugar. I wish that, yes, they turn blue. Or they turn really like paper white. But yeah. Raynaud's syndrome is really fucking shitty, and I hate it. Because living in Florida, you would think that Raynaud's wouldn't bother me as much. But it'll be 90 degrees out, and I'll be freezing in a fucking hoodie. And I'm like, hi, I moved here for the weather. But yeah. So, let's talk about the impeachment, because I think that we have a lot of people who are expecting Republicans to actually grow a conscience and convict Donald Trump with this impeachment. And we know this is not going to happen. They have checked my thyroid. So we need to stop pretending that the Republicans are actually going to do their job and not just walk party line. They knew going into this that they weren't going to convict Donald Trump. His defense literally is estimating that they're going to use about 3 to 4 hours today. That's it. And then they're going to rest their case. Why are gas prices going up? I don't know. They've been going up for like 6 months. What rock did you crawl out from under? Gas prices are going up because people aren't buying as much gas as they were because of the pandemic, because people aren't traveling as much and they aren't going out as much, and people are working from home and things like that. It's a market thing. Just like all the Republicans, no matter what election it is, they're like, oh my God, the Democrats are going to take your guns. It's literally just a marketing ploy, and then the gun sales increase. Nobody's coming to take your guns either. It's all capitalism, and it's all marketing. So, it's not hard. We actually have a surplus of oil, which is, again, if you can watch any of that and not think that he did something wrong, that's a problem. Well, congratulations. It's like $2.40 for gas where I live. Guess what, though? It'll never match the $5.76 I paid for gas when I lived in Connecticut under the Bush administration. So there's always that. I guess you guys miss those days. But you also need to remember, going back to the 2016 election, that is one of the reasons that we won't see the Republicans, even with Donald Trump being gone and out of power, we're not going to see them stand up to him, because we know that when they hacked the RNC, they took emails from the Republicans too, but we never saw those because they haven't been, well, they have been used, but they haven't made its way out yet because they haven't needed to use it. Those are leverage. Joe Biden doesn't have Alzheimer's, and that's your ticket right the fuck out, because I will not entertain misinformation in my feed. Period. End of story. We stick to facts on my channel, and facts matter, and that's the end of that. Is there anything in this country that isn't capitalism or marketing? I don't know. Some of us have some good karma that we spread here and there. But you know, America is a capitalist society. I mean, that is what our entire country has been based off of forever. So, you know, no matter what. So back to the hacked emails. So Fancy Bear, the Russian hacker, in 2016 infiltrated. Do I have a New York plate? Yes. Check this out. I haven't put it up yet because I have a bunch I have to put up, but look at the old New York plate that I have. The fact that a plate with the Statue of Liberty and a New York plate like this showed up in my P.O. box was the most epic thing ever. This I love, and it's probably going to go right behind me because this is going to be like a crowning piece of my collection, just because they don't make these anymore. And this came from silly_very_silly. And I love it when you guys write where the plates come from on the back, because as I put these up, I really like to remember. Oh yeah, there, it's Dana right there. I read the Insta name on there, and thank you so much, because how do I hang them? So I get an electric drill, and I have these little rivets. And I just rivet them right into the siding. This is wood siding on my house. So, yeah. But this is like my crowning achievement, because I remember growing up and seeing these plates all over Connecticut and New York. And then they changed the plates, and they're not cute anymore. I do not have a California plate yet. What up, Detroit? Good morning. So anyways, back to Fancy Bear, because I keep getting sidetracked, because you can tell, I'm trying to keep up with everybody. I'm trying to read the comments. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Fancy Bear, and then I'll read the comments. So anyways, Fancy Bear, I do have a Wisconsin plate. It's just over... I have another row. Oh, look, there's George. Love you, George. I don't know if I'm supposed to get a deep freeze. I don't know. Let me look at my weather. I think that we've made it to spring in Florida terms. I don't know yet, though. No, I don't have any cold coming until next Friday. At least that's what it looks like. I do have a Minnesota. I just don't know where it is. No. Yeah. Minnesota. I have all the way up on top. Okay. So, let me try this again. In 2016, during the election cycle, Fancy Bear, the Russian hacker, hacked multiple platforms. They hacked the DNC. They hacked the RNC. They hacked the Hillary Clinton campaign. And, so we had multiple campaigns and multiple entities that were hacked by the same person in the same cyber attack. So the one place that wasn't hacked was the Trump campaign. And the other thing that was very noticeable that came out of all of this was the fact that the RNC was hacked, but the emails were never released from the RNC. The only emails that were released were from the DNC and the Hillary Clinton campaign, which we know we got Podesta's emails. We figured out that they blackballed Bernie. We know all this, right? So that is what we got during the 2016 campaign cycle. It was all about Hillary's emails, because that's what we've heard for the past fucking decade is Hillary's goddamn emails. If I have to hear one more fucking word about Hillary Clinton's fucking emails, I'm gonna gouge my eyes out with a spoon. Anyways, but what we didn't see out of all of that data and those emails and that trove that was collected by this Russian hacking group was the RNC emails. Those have never been released. Nobody's ever seen them. They're there's proof that they were stolen, but they never manifested onto the internet anywhere. Not in the dark web, not on WikiLeaks, like everything else was released. So, literally, the Republican Party has been being blackmailed for the past 4 years by Donald Trump, because Fancy Bear hacked, WikiLeaks released. Fancy Bear hacked, instead of those RNC emails going to WikiLeaks to be released to the world to see, they held on to them. And they've been using them to blackmail the Republican Party ever since. And how do we know this? All you have to do is watch people like Lindsey Graham. Let's talk about Lindsey Graham before Donald Trump was the nominee of their party. He went anywhere and everywhere he could saying that Donald Trump is a cancer to the American political system, and if the Republicans nominate him as their candidate, that is going to be the end of the Republican Party as we know it. There are literally videos of Miss Lindsey Graham saying that everywhere he would be heard. But as soon as he was the nominee, Lindsey Graham is his biggest ball-licking fan. What? Same thing with Ted Cruz. Ted, he called your wife a dog. And he called your dad the Zodiac Killer. What does he have on you? That's what I want to know. I already know what he has on Miss Lindsey Graham. We know Lindsey Graham. We know that he just doesn't want to be outed. That's fine. I think that nobody should out anybody else anyways. I think that that's a personal thing. But listen, Lindsey, we know, okay? You're not fooling anybody. Just do it. The truth will set you free. But anyways, it's just a mess. What does he have on Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan? Or, I don't know, all of these men that are just so blindly loyal to this essentially like garbage human being. I don't know, but Mike Lee better meet with an attorney. Josh Hawley better meet with an attorney. Ted Cruz better meet with an attorney, because guess what, boo-boo? When you acquit Donald Trump of this impeachment hearing, you know what's going to happen, right? They're coming after you. Because I guarantee you there's going to be more than one elected official that gave information to those Capitol rioters in order for them to be able to find their way around the Capitol building and get access. How did Bullhorn Lady know where to send the people? Somebody was helping them from the inside. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is going to go on for years. There are going to be 9/11 Commission style hearings about this. There are going to be Benghazi type hearings for this. There is going to be long-term information that we continue to see on a daily basis in the forms of hearings within our government to see how the fuck this happened when we spend literally trillions of dollars to fortify our capital so shit like that doesn't happen. Exactly. So, in the grand scheme of things, this is only the tip of the iceberg. There is going to be wide-scale information that continues to come out for years and years and years. Unfortunately, all we can do is sit around and wait. But I can tell you that things are just mad chill now that Joe Biden's in charge. Like, I don't feel like I have to get up in the morning and wonder what this motherfucker tweet overnight. What is this dipsy doodler gonna do? I mean, seriously. Oh, yesterday I just had a lot to do yesterday. Trump killed the Republican Party. That is absolutely a fact. It's factual. You see Barb walking by? You see her? There goes Barb. There she goes. She's walking the dogs. And there is no going to sleep, because now we need to focus on the 2020 midterms, 2022 midterms, 2020. Thank you. It's a little bit darker than I wanted it to be. Who's Barb? Barb's my neighbor that I avoid at all costs because she will talk to me for 3 hours. Every once in a while when she walks by, if I don't look like I'm completely engaged in something, she'll talk to me through my porch for like hours. Or if, the other day when I went out for my walk, I came around the corner and I saw her, so I went the other way. Trump, I think that Trump will, he's not, there's no question about this. He's not going to be convicted. Trump lost, just so you know, Brody. Why is it every dude that comes through on my feed that's like Trump 2020 or 2021 or fucking whatever is like a Brody or a Chad or a I don't even know, Aiden, Caden, Faden. God, you're all like a fucking manila envelope, every one of you. My podcast is not out yet, but it's going to be called The Oz Factor. I was debating on changing it to, I don't remember the name. It was something like, Useless and Snacking. I did find the feta. They're all like carbon copies of each other. It's like Chad and Tom and Brody and fucking Cody and Floby, and it's horrible. Gunner, Gage. I haven't watched the Britney Spears documentary, but it is on my radar to do in the next couple days. What's SDE? So my boys told me this story last night. Y'all know we live in Florida, right? They're in middle school, both of them. And they were telling me about the kids that they don't talk to at school, like at all. Apparently, even in middle school here in Florida, there is a pod of Brodies that don't wear masks and all have mullets or wear like Trump hats or Trump masks in middle school. I told my boys, I was like, just stay the fuck away from them, please. They were like, those are the kids that we don't like anyways. Good. We don't like them either. I'm an adult and I will bully a child. Fuck out of here, Brody. Not Savage. Yu-Gi-Oh? Really? My nephew used to watch that. Florida needs a deprogramming unit. And some natural selection. Oh my God, I saw those yesterday. I saw Patty the Panda posted it. Those Mike, what the fuck's his name? That fucking Huckabee, Mike Huckabee magazine. Programming for children. How about we put together a magazine for children detailing how Donald Trump was the biggest traitor we ever saw as a president, and he put our national security at risk. Can I explain more on the impeachment? What would you like to know about the impeachment? And I'll try to answer whatever questions you may have. retraining camps. They are so... Listen, the Republicans are so overdramatic since they lost. You would think that they were queens themselves. Seriously. I have met a couple native-born Floridians that are pretty cool. I've met a couple that aren't super sketchy, but for the most part, I will bully a kid. No, I don't think the Senate Republicans are going to impeach. We are not going to have a 2/3 majority, which is 17 Republicans, to hold him accountable. It is not going to happen. See, Jen Sully is a native-born Floridian, and I fucking love her. She's one of my favorite people in the world, and I hate this pandemic, so I can't hang out with my friends. She lives on the other side of the state. We used to get up every couple months throughout the year, whether we're at Disney or book signings or whatever, and just, what up? So don't be shocked when the Republicans acquit Donald Trump. This isn't something we should be surprised about. We have seen this all already. Garbage truck. My garbage men hustle. What the fuck was I just gonna say? Garbage men threw me off. Okay, we already saw them acquit Donald Trump once on something that he was guilty as fuck about either way. And they just let him walk because, you know, how that rolls. But repeating the same action over and over and over. Romney already broke party line. You gotta do that right here. Sorry about that. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome is literally the definition of insanity. We are not going to see a different outcome. We are not going to see anything different. How can the jurors meet with lawyers? Because, oh, he definitely just ran over my neighbor's recycling bin. Hold on, I'm being nosy. He ran that shit right over on accident. These are the recycling men, not the garbage guys. Still mad respect for him, though. Yeah, we already, so the party of law and order does not care about law or order. We know this already. Don't be shocked. I'm going to tell you how it's all going to play out, right? His defense is going to come in the next, I don't know, this afternoon, and it's going to be like 3-4 hours. And it's going to be a bunch of bullshit, just like we heard in their opening. They're not going to make any fucking point. They're going to use the First Amendment. This was his freedom of speech. He could say what he wants. Freedom of speech is only protected in certain instances, and you can't fucking go into a movie theater and scream fire and then light a fire and walk out and think that you're not going to be held accountable. The fact that the Republicans want to split into two parties is going to mean that the Republican Party is not going to hold any major office ever again, really, unless you're in a red state like Oklahoma or Alabama, shit like that. Good morning to all those checking in. But again, do not expect them to convict. Period. They're not going to do it. We are not going to get 17 Republicans. It's not going to happen. So I'm just letting you know already. Do not think he's going to get convicted. It's outrageous. I understand that. Everybody should be outraged. But it's not going to change the outcome. I can't predict the future. Well, I kind of can every once in a while. But I need to tell you going into this, I already know the outcome. We all already know the outcome. In the back of our heads, we know it, even if we don't want to come to terms with it, because morally, it's fucking disgusting. But at the end of the day, it's what's going to happen. Today, I have a lovely blend of Pineapple Express. The only thing that we can hope for at this point in time is that all of these phone calls Trump made, like to the Secretary of State in Georgia or the Trump Organization bullshit in New York State with the taxes, all of those things are going to fall into place. You need to understand that for years, the Justice Department did anything and everything that they could to make it so Donald Trump didn't have to disclose his taxes in certain court cases, which went to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court was like, nah, you got to release your taxes. So then he sued again and started the chain all over again. So it'll end up at the Supreme Court again. And it'll be the same thing. But once those taxes are out, we're good. It's going to be a field day. I understand that it's been 4 years of fucking bullshit that we want over, but it's going to take a couple of years for us to actually get the outcome that we want and have justice served, essentially. It's going to be a couple of years before we see the finality of it all. Or him in jail or behind bars or something like that. It's going to be a very timely process. The justice system does not work overnight. Smaller puffs. I'm all about those big puffs. I'm a pro. I've been smoking every day for years. Yeah, Palm Beach don't want him there. They don't want him in Florida. I don't want him in Florida. But he's far enough away from me, so it's like, I don't know. I grew up in Connecticut, which is so small that, like, you sneeze, and you're in another state already. So the fact that he's 3 hours away, it's like being in another state to me. Yes, if you want to go over to my Etsy store, chasingoz.store, this hoodie is available. This is one of the photos that I've taken. What part of Connecticut? So I was born and raised in Stratford. New Haven was my jam. My mom was born and raised in Milford. New Haven pizza is the best fucking pizza that you will get anywhere, hands down. I will fight you on that. If you try and say that anything other than Frank Pepe's Pizza in New Haven, Connecticut is good, nope, we're gonna fight. Now, I'll take Lou Malnati's in Chicago, but period, end of story. New Haven Pizza is better than anything. Period. End of story. I won't there's no debate. Modern's good. But you have to remember, the OG is Frank Pepe. Frank Pepe and Sally's. Frank Pepe, you gotta pick. You gotta pick. But at the end of the day, Worcester Street Pizza is the best pizza you are going to get in the United States of America. End of story. I will fight anybody that says anything. Oh, I commuted into New York City for years, weekly. But, period. I'm telling you, New York City pizza's okay. Mm-mm. Nope. Don't come at it. It's Pepe's. It's Pepe's. It's always going to be Pepe's. It is always going to be Pepe's. I got married in the New Haven City Hall and then went to Pepe's for pizza. I'm just telling you how I roll. Do go to New Haven and eat pizza, please. Worcester Street. Go to Worcester Street in New Haven. Go to Frank Pepe's. You're going to wait in line for a little bit. It's going to be worth it. What are my favorite colors? Turquoise is like my favorite color, like ever. The address, I don't know. It's on Worcester Street in New Haven. I'll tell you. Hold on. I'll Google it. Okay. So if you want the original Frank Pepe's pizza, you're going to go to 157 Worcester Street in New Haven, Connecticut. Okay? There are other Pepe's pizzas. They have one in one of the casinos. They have one in Fairfield. They have one in Danbury. But the OG, the 100-year-old brick oven pizza, is in New Haven. And if you like seafood and you're in New Haven, you want to get their white clam pie. I gave birth to all of my children in Danbury. Well, 2 out of the 3. Yeah, you need to go, if you're going for pizza, you got to go to the original in New Haven. I promise you. I promise you. I'm telling you. I promise you, if you go to Pepe's and you are not happy with your pizza, I don't know. Ooh, the cotton candy skies is my favorite. I love, and that's actually, that's over the Atlantic, okay, with the sun setting behind it. So those pink tones that I get are because the sun is setting to my back as I'm photographing the ocean. Yeah, the one in Fairfield isn't the same because I went to the one in Fairfield before I even left Connecticut, and it wasn't the same at all. Yeah, my middle son and my daughter were both born at Danbury Hospital. They have the best breakfast potatoes. I don't know. I got them every morning while I was there. Yes, all of my glasses come from Zenni Optical, all of them, except for one pair, but I don't really wear them because I don't like the way they look on me. And thank you for shopping in my Etsy shop. I genuinely appreciate that. That's really kind of what is keeping me afloat right now, is all of the sales from my Etsy store. What about in Milford? Let's talk about food in Milford. If you want something delicious in Milford, you want to go to Mr. Mac's Canteen. Is that the one in Milford? No, that's the one in Monroe. There's, where is it? What the fuck? It's Car Hop. US 1. You're going towards Milford Center. The road splits. It's right in the middle. Oh my God. I feel like I'm failing. Yes, Mr. Mac's by Milford Hospital. Right there, where the road V's, and you have your one-way traffic going that way and the one road going this way. It used to be Phyllis's, like years and years and years and years and years and years ago when I was like a baby. Dude, I'm a foodie. I can tell you everywhere good to eat in like the Fairfield County area. If you want good seafood, you need to go to Turk's in West Haven, or you need to go to, I guess I'll give it to Jimmy's too. Jimmy Savin Rock in West Haven. I used to live in West Haven when my oldest was first born. Oh, you're looking to try pizza in Milford? If you want pizza in Milford, go to Alfie's on Broadway. Alfie's is what you want. Alfie's Pizza. I'm over here like Googling. Um, New Haven Pizza's Pepe's only. Let's see here. If you, I'm trying to think. I haven't lived there in like almost 8 years. Bella Napoli is supposed to be good too. Or the Colony Grill on Broad Street, um, in Milford. Those are two. There's a New Haven in Milford. There's a New Haven Pizza. That's cardboard. Listen, I haven't been in Connecticut, like physically there, since like years ago. What about my classes? Oh, hold on. The Adams Plaza in Woodmont. My aunt lives right over there, across from the farm. What the fuck is the name of the farm? Robert Treat Farm. She literally lives right across the street on New Haven Avenue. Put on another pair. What brought me to Florida? My kid's dad was very sick and he had Alzheimer's, and so he had a sister that lived here in this specific town here in Florida, and she said she was going to help when Grandpa was sick. Grandpa passed away. So I'm here in Florida, and I got my parents to move down here, so I don't have to worry about them being in Connecticut and not having help. So now we kind of just relocated my family unit here to the Florida area. Thank you. I'm still getting used to the dark. This was a little bit darker than the box promised me, so I got some beef about that. But other than that, lived in Deltona. Well, Deltona's a little rough. It's not someplace that I willingly choose to go often. Friends of my dad's just moved down there, though. Oh, Orlando. Oh, did you say fools or good foods? I thought we were having a food conversation. I was about to jump into some food. Orlando is, I like Orlando. I miss Orlando. I miss going, tooling around, looking for yummy food. There's a churro place in Orlando that I haven't been able to find yet or go to, but their Instagram looks delicious. Yeah, it is like a black cherry kind of color. It was way darker than I was looking for. I'm hoping after a couple washes it'll lighten up, but yeah. These ones are considered cat eye on Zenni. Let me see. I'll tell you exactly what the frame number is. I'll log into my Zenni account. No, I live on the coastline. I'm about an hour outside of Orlando. I live right by like New Smyrna Beach. Hold on, I'm logging into my Zenni account. I'll tell you exactly which frames these are. I just have to go through like my plethora of orders. What the fuck? What up, Orlando? Those are my sons. See, the problem is because my kids break their glasses all the time too. I have to order them glasses, so my glasses orders get mixed in with their glasses orders, and it's just impossible to find anything sometimes. Okay. I'm almost there. Oh, my glasses order. How's the cost of living in New Smyrna Beach? New Smyrna Beach is a little bit more expensive than a lot of the surrounding towns because it's become so, like, trendy. But, I mean, coming from Connecticut and living in Florida is, like, night and day. You know, you can live very comfortably. But the rents, I mean, it depends on if you rent or buy and things like that. Rents can be a little bit more pricey. These glasses, okay, you ready? I'm going to spout out the number so that you can look them up directly on Zenni, okay? These glasses are called Cat-Eye glasses. And the number for the glasses, you ready? Is 4411521. That is these glasses on Zenni. So if you put in that number, you should be able to pull these up. That's 4411521. Okay. Zenni should be paying me for this shit. Anyways. Ooh, the hemp lotion. That's the best. These are just little things that, like, I use around the house, too. It's not like I'm out shopping. How far from the beach am I? I am about, depending on traffic, 10 minutes-ish. I put my drone up in the air last night from, thank you to whoever just made a purchase in my Etsy store. Appreciate that. From my house to the racetrack is 9.7 miles. I did the math last night because I put my drone up and I could see the lights from the speedway in Daytona. So from my house to the beach is probably about 4 to 5 miles. And I mean, again, depending on traffic, 5-10 minutes. Thank you. Depending on, you know, how many people are trying to get on the beach. Chasing Oz Photography and Fine Art on Etsy. If you go to chasingoz.store, it will bring you directly to my Etsy shop. Or you could just look up Chasing Oz Photography on Etsy and it'll bring you to my page as well. I have like hundreds and hundreds of things. I have a bunch of updating I still need to do. I switched over. So I used to use a website called Zenfolio for my photography, and you could order a bunch of stuff, but I didn't do very well with it, and somebody had suggested switching over to Etsy instead because Etsy's so mainstream and popular now. I remember when Etsy wasn't, but I mean, I love Etsy either way. So I switched over onto the Etsy platform, chasingoz.store. In your web browser, it'll bring you right to my page. I don't know, my phone's blowing up now, though. So, tell me what Fancy Bear has over the GOP and... So, I wish that I knew what exactly they had, but I'm going to say that a good portion of what they do have has to do with the NRA and the fact that the NRA was receiving money from Russian nationals, and that money was being used to fund GOP campaigns. Which we know already. That's public knowledge because the NRA is being dragged. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming to my page and enjoying my content. I'm just here so I don't get fined at this point because TikTok doesn't pay me. Chasing, CHASINGOZ, like my username. chasingoz.store or Chasing Oz Photography. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. This is what the page looks like. I know it's all backwards. All facts, 100%. Facts 24/7. Unless I'm being kind of, I don't know, throwing shade. Sometimes I'll share opinions rather than facts. I'm glad that you guys are starting to get notified. So if you are on Venmo or Cash App, I am money sign Chasing Oz. If you like my content, feel free to make a donation there, since they kicked me out of the Creator Fund. And not that I made a ton of money from the Creator Fund. I averaged about $300 a month. But that $300 a month means a lot when you have 3 kids and you lost your job because of the pandemic. Just don't talk about edibles and Disney because they will take your feed down. You saw a woman putting mascara on her pug. I don't even know the guidance or advice. I don't even know. Yeah, that $300 was great. It was very helpful. Unfortunately, it all went bye-bye with all of this. Yes! I love it when my lives are on the For You pages. I love it. Thank you. Another piece of information I want to talk about today is the fact that Joe Biden is rolling out a new plan for our asylum seekers. So let's talk about this for a minute, because I feel like this is another piece of information. Speaking of pugs, where's Maggie? She is asleep in the chair across from me. Maggie, you want to come here? You want to come say hi to the peoples? Come on. I'm here. Good morning. Say hi. So I was taking a nap. How will he get people back to work? Well, I think we need to start with how we're going to get this virus under control, because before we get this virus under control, we're not going to be able to get people back to work. But there is a lot of ways that we can work on getting Americans back to work, and a lot of that comes from the fact that we really need to understand that coal and oil are technologies of the past, and the money and the jobs are going to be created in renewable and sustainable energy options like solar, wind, things like that. So I think that that's kind of the starting point. We need my kids in school are still in virtual. All of my kids are back in brick and mortar. Unfortunately, we didn't have any choices. My oldest was doing it. It was just a plethora of issues that sent all of them back into the school. We are definitely behind, and we also have a lot of infrastructure plans. I think that we need to that's going to be another avenue where we're going to see a lot of jobs created, is infrastructure, because we have the need for it. We're behind the rest of the world when it comes to our infrastructure and our travel, our rail system, things like that. Those are all things here in America that need to be updated. Unfortunately, the last 40 years, it seems as though we've really been neglecting them instead. But I think we need to talk about the change in asylum. The Governor Abbott is just a horrific train wreck. We have somebody that understands what we need to do and what progress is, and they're not trying to bring back coal. Clean coal? There's no such thing. We don't need to pollute our planet in order to live in ways where we have power and disposable power, and there are options other than oil and coal. Coal, it's like when Donald Trump said bring back coal, it was like saying, let's bring back those 1-hour photo developing blabs. Half you kids don't even know what those are either. Remember the struggle of taking pictures and having to send them away and wait 2 weeks to get those shits back? And then when you got them back, you were like, God damn, I look horrible. Speaking of those, funny story. So I went to my mom's yesterday. because she picked my daughter up from school because I had my doctor's appointment and I couldn't get back in time. And she gave me this, right? So this is a really old photo album, like super, super old, right? So I open this shit up, and the first thing that I see, hold on, you ready for this? The first thing that I see in here, and I gotta be careful with it because I don't... Can anybody tell me where this is? Is there anybody in here that can tell me where this is, what this is? Anybody? I know Jen probably can. If you don't know what this is the Haunted Mansion in Walt Disney World. The year, well, one of the years after Disney World opened. It's the Haunted Mansion. Oh yeah. This thing is chock full of a Disney trip that happened before I was even born. Bitch, you never took me to Disney when I was a kid. How did they get to go and I didn't? Needless to say, I have some really fucking cool pictures in this thing of, it's my favorite ride, of Disney World. Like, I think the pictures say 73. Some of them had numbers on the back. Look at this. Check that shit out. These are classic. But yeah, so my mom gave me this photo album for safekeeping because I have basically all the family pictures now. Epcot didn't even exist when these pictures were taken. These were when my brother and sister were both, like, my sister was a toddler. So my sister was born in 71, so this was like maybe 73-ish. Because my mom was still married to her first husband, who was a complete bag of dicks. If I ever see him in person again, I am going to punch him in the throat. I don't know if I would be able to get these to a quality that I could print. Disney is very expensive. The only reason that I go as much as I do is because we have annual passes. So you pay one price and you go as many times during the year as you can. If there wasn't a Florida resident annual pass option, I would never go. I couldn't afford it either. Magnolia. No. Oh, no, come here. That's why it's all about, come on. Let's go. But yeah, that was really cool. That kind of made my day. Are all the squirrels out? Are you having a squirrely filled morning? Oh, such a good girl. I wish I lived closer. I'd go during the day when my kids were at school. Some shit on the window behind me? Are you talking about my DC license plate? It's also not a window, it's a screen, fuckface. Yeah, I park hopped the last time I went. When I brought the kids a couple weeks ago, we did some park hopping for the first time since park hopping became a thing again, and it was very lovely. I enjoyed it. Oh, there's a big yawn. Yeah, we already blocked him. He's inanimate. He's gone already. I love my giant Biden head. I'm surprised that it's holding up. It's cardboard. It's been out here in the elements for a while. My porch is like you're going back next weekend? Maybe I'll come see you. I think my mom has plans for me next weekend. I don't know. If she doesn't. What kind of dog is she? She's a Malshee. She's a half Maltese, half Shih Tzu. Right, Mags? Thank you. Maggie says you're cute too. Right, Mags? Many great conversations on this porch. I miss pre-COVID because, like, Friday and Saturday nights, this porch would be full of people. We would be... So with the pass, what parks can you go? You can go to any park. If you have an annual pass, you can go to any park. Right now, you need a reservation to get in, but you can go to any of them. It depends on the level of pass, too. If you have, like, one of the lower level passes, you can't go to the water parks, which I don't want to go to the water parks anyways. But, yeah, you can go to, what's still full of people? Oh, the parks, the capacity is, I think they're at, like, 35%. I've gone twice. Since they reopened last year, and I felt safer there than I did in that doctor's office yesterday. I think that while most Floridians aren't making smart choices, I have felt more safe at Disney than I have in my local grocery store. That's funny. Dude, exactly. Yeah, I mean, they are I would say mask Nazis, but I don't want to say that. They're very, does Buzz Lightyear arrest you for no mask? No, actually, a cast member will forcibly remove you from the park. They do not play. Even if you have your mask down, they're like, oh, no, yeah, my porch, it's just me and the kids mostly. On the weekends, before COVID, I would always have friends over, Friday, Saturday night, we would just sit out here and chill. Some people would drink. I don't drink. I don't smoke. We'd all share some herbage, have great conversation for hours on end. I miss that. I have my tribe, and not being able... does Publix require mask? Yes, but not everybody wears them, and they don't enforce it. Exactly, cast member, right? You see that right there? They don't mess around because it's their safety too, and they want to be back at work because so many cast members have been laid off. 30,000 people lost their jobs. These are people who literally have had careers at Disney World since they opened, some of them. The fact that they laid off and let go the Grand Floridian band that had been there since, like, I don't know, it was like 25 or 30 years these people had worked there, and they lost their jobs. So many people have become unemployed just because they've had to cut back. I mean, it's so crazy. And the people that are disrespectful to the cast members piss me off. I want to punch them in the throat. Wear your mask, Karen, or fucking stay home. And yesterday, I had all the anti-mask Karens on my video. Masks don't work. Okay. Oh, you're Newfoundland? That's where Nana was from. My kid's great grandma was born in Newfoundland. That's how she always said, Newfoundland? Oh my gosh. That brings back some good memories. Now I want some tea cakes. Yeah, Disney really. Do I know where? She was born and raised in Prince Edward, PEI, Prince Edward Island. And then she ended up moving from there to New Brunswick, St. Stephen, New Brunswick. Do they have electric wheelchairs for rent at Disney? They do. And then she moved to St. Stephen, New Brunswick, and then they moved to Connecticut for several years, and then in her later years before she passed away, she went back to St. Stephen, New Brunswick, but no matter what, all you heard was about Newfoundland and her childhood and PEI. So many stories. That was the kid's dad. That's his grandmother, and I liked her better than my grandma, anyways. Probably shouldn't say that, but she was way more of a grandma to me than my own grandma ever was. But yeah, and I actually have a couple New Brunswick plates, but they're all the way at like the way top, and I don't want to move my camera because the way I have this shit teetering today, it could go down at any minute. There's actually a really, really great episode on Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown about Newfoundland. So if you want to watch a really, 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 really accurate and awesome something about the area, again, Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown, the Newfoundland episode. I think it's like season 7 or 8. It's one of the later seasons. But if you have HBO Max, all the seasons of Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown are there. Newfoundland. I miss him too. I watch his show because I feel the need to travel. Thoughts on Gina Carano on The Mandalorian? Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, you anti-Semitic cunt. That's what I have to say about that. I don't care. I love The Mandalorian, okay? That is one of my favorite shows ever. I literally am like the biggest Baby Yoda Mando fan ever, okay? I could give 2 shits less that she's gone. First off, bitch, you weren't that great on the show to begin with. And second off, you couldn't keep your mouth shut. You just couldn't help yourself. You had to fucking continue to open your dumbass mouth and ruin your fucking career. You could have had it all. But you had to stick your foot in your own fucking mouth. And it wasn't as though this was the first time it's happened. This was the 3rd time. You remember that old saying, 3 strikes, you're out? Bye, bitch. See you on the other side. We can, listen, we don't need you. We have Boba Fett coming back. We do not need you. Exactly. And as the grandchild of a World War II refugee, I will go even further and say, fuck you, because it was so offensive. So offensive, her comments, so beyond offensive, that is, they should replace her with anybody at this point. Did you know that Tucker Carlson is actually the love child of Ted Cruz and a potato? Bet you didn't know that. Didn't know that. I'm lit now. Good morning, Charleston. I love Charleston. I want to go back and see the pineapple fountain and explore around. I also discovered recently Vicious Biscuits on Instagram in Charleston. Um, so I want to go visit there. I miss traveling. That's why I've been watching so much Anthony Bourdain lately. But let's talk about mental illness for a second, because I feel like talking about Anthony Bourdain opens this amazing platform to talk about how you can literally have the most amazing job in the world, where you travel and you meet these cool new people and you eat the best food all around the world and you do what you love, but you could still be so tortured on the inside that you feel like your only option is to take your own life. And that is what broke my heart about the whole loss of Anthony Bourdain, because it wasn't just a loss in the entertainment community, but if you watch his show and you listen to his words and how he respected people's cultures and how he used his platform to educate the world on different cultures in different places from the people directly that live there, his work that he did was nothing short of amazing. Robin Williams as well. It's just so hurtful to see that. And as somebody who struggles with my own mental illness, I find it so just gut-wrenching that that could be what you feel is your only option. I miss Anthony Bourdain so much, but I think that his legacy will continue on. In I've been watching several episodes on HBO Max. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. But it gives you perspective in the world that you could have money and you could have, I mean, he was just so real. Like he would use his life and his own stories to convey just realness. Robin's Wish, what's that on? My cousin actually is good friends with Robin Williams' daughter. She lives out in California, and she's a lesbian, so they all run in like this circle, and there's like a hand-picked handful of celebrities that like interact in and out of the circle every once in a while. That's why she told me too. She's like, write this book so that I can get it onto into somebody's hands, and I'm like, I wrote 18 books. Can you fucking get one of those into somebody's hands? It's on Amazon Prime. I'll have to take a look. I love Robin Williams. I miss him so much. I watched Mrs. Doubtfire the other night, and it was just, oh no. See? Tears of a Clown. It's rough. And these are people that are nobody to us, right? We don't know them. But we feel like we do, because they had such an impact on our lives. It's crazy. But anyways, I have to work on my Etsy store today. I told myself that I would, and I haven't done shit in like 2 days. So this is where I'm gonna leave you guys for the day. I want to thank everybody. We had a great chat this morning, and hello. I love the birdcage. Madonna, Madonna, Madonna. So anyways, I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. I don't know. Go watch a Robin Williams movie. Go watch The Birdcage. See if that does not improve the quality of your day. And I hope you guys have a great day. Check out my Etsy shop, chasingoz.store. Links in my bio. Chasing Oz on Venmo, Cash App, all of those wonderful places. Money symbol, Chasing Oz, that's me. And I hope that you guys all have a wonderful day. I can't reach the button.